Look, I can see the letterboxing.
I can see the JPEGs.
But the next time we meet, you won't be so lucky.
Yeah, I showed him. Don't you love how there was no cutscene before that fight?
Rest in peace, Dean Bristow.
Tails just lands and the fight starts in Tails' mind. From the Dark Story's perspective, there's actual dialogue between that.
The interesting thing about Sonic Adventure 2, when they were working on the game and getting fan input, people complained that Sonic Adventure 1 had too many gameplay styles.
Even though it only really has 3, basically.
And the ones people liked the best were the speed, the shooting, and the, treasure hunting. But, when they were originally making Adventure 2, they had this, idea of you could play good and evil characters and get good and evil story changes.
No, that's kind of a myth. That was just an idea that was posed. They never started development. Was that Sonic submarine idea thing was basically just a proof of concept. What Adventure 2 was originally going to be, you were going to play Sonic, Knuckles, and Eggman.
Which is why they have the most upgrades.
Yes. Shadow and Rouge, this part's kind of iffy. They were apparently going to be in the game, but they weren't going to be playable. They were going to just be boss characters, essentially. But people had complained that, like, Tails wasn't in the game and a few other things. So the game was reworked into this idea with the 3 gameplay styles split between the 2 characters, and again, that's why Knuckles, Eggman, and Sonic originally have like the most upgrades, because they were the ones that you were originally going to play. That's also why some Shadow, Tails, and Rouge levels feel kind of shoehorned in, because they literally were.
Totally!
So, the point of Tails and Eggman gameplay is to target as many things as possible and get the combo to go up as high as you can.
Up to 11 targets. Do not go over that.
Hey, sometimes you don't even go past 1. But we'll get to that level when we get to that level.
Do not go over 11. I'm serious.
There are instances where comboing is actually not the best way to get points. I only know of the one time, but it is happening.
It's not also that, it's that 11 targets is the maximum the game gives you points for. So, you could target like a 12th and 13th guy, but those are dead points. They don't add.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to go over 11. Because number 11 is the maximum.
So that's what those little score things are. The cool and other words for cool. Those are for your combos. It's kind of like the stylish meters in Devil May Cry.
Smoking sick style.
But they don't give me Devil Trigger. But if they did...
You mean Tails just doesn't know how to use Devil Trigger?
Right.
He hasn't gotten stabbed from the chest yet.
Hey, grown-up Tails is in Dragon Ball Super twice.
Anyway.
Like, seriously, in the last episode of Dragon Ball Super, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles did a Team Blast. And anybody who's watching Dragon Ball Super and can say otherwise, you are wrong.
Also, again, if you didn't have the Vulcan Cannon,
Which you get in, like, Tails' last level.
You couldn't go get this with another upgrade.
This is the laser upgrade. There's my cannon on top.
Laser!
We're not there yet.
Also, time does give you a bonus, so finishing the stage quickly is beneficial, but not necessary.
Also, I'm going to be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. I think the shooting is better in Adventure 1. And also, the answer to the which is better, Adventure 1 or 2, the answer is colors.
Amy!
Keep your voice down. Have no fear.
But, Carson. Sonic Adventure 2 is a better 3D game.
My favorite, my
Because
favorite.
There's more 3D.
Well, if you gotta know, I can't.
This scene, like, there's that anime, Sonic X, that covers Adventure 1 and 2. I love what they did with this prison cell in the anime. It is in an isolated room that's underwater.
Yeah.
It is like a small
But-
air pocket.
But that's because of what it's later revealed whose prison cell this is.
No, but that's how it.
Yes, but it's like when that plot point is revealed. That's the weird thing about Sonic X. If you actually, discarding all of the 4K changes and going and looking at the raw Japanese version, which is still terrible, it tries to fix and make sense of the stranger plot points from Adventure 1 and 2 and tries to actually connect
Japanese
them.
version of Sonic X is okay.
It's still bad because it...
Did you watch all of it?
No, I've watched people talk about it.
That's
And-
the same thing.
No, my point is, well, on the internet it is, but my point is, the Japanese version, because it's still the stories of Adventure 1 and 2, as I just said, it still has their problems, it just tries to fix them. But you can't fix a bunch of the just weird writing in a lot of areas.
They
I just-
fucking
So
try
that little
Yes.
that little red hook will take you up to the
Ring dash.
ring dash ability,
And-
which is way better in SA2 than it is in SA1.
And, like, this is a really weird thing. I think I do like Adventure 1 just a small, tiny bit more than Adventure 2. I still think Colors is just better than both of them.
I like the shooting better in Adventure 2.
But my problem, Adventure 1 is a lot less polished and a lot more unfocused. But the thing is, while this game is more focused, I feel it's like the stage design and some parts are just bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this game has a lot of dickish enemy placement.
Oh, totally.
Adventure 1 may be jank, but it at least 9 times out of 10 doesn't really have any stupid enemy placement or other stupid, level gimmicks and things. Adventure 2 is a more polished...
Yeah!
Woo!
So if you don't get, it's almost impossible to get an A rank if you do not get that top one. But let me tell you, getting that top one is not as easy as I just made it.
And like I said, Sonic got an improvement, kind of ish, in this game. It's again the stage design is what. Where did this snowboard come from?
it's
Part of the window.
it's part of the thing I broke to come in here.
Doesn't that mean you're shredding?
I don't
on-
know if
on
it's
bro-
a window.
Wait, that means you're shredding on broken glass. Your feet should be torn to pieces.
Oh yeah, but we don't know that.
He's wearing shoes!
We don't know if that was a window per se. It could have been like a shutter that
And-
I literally destroyed with the sheer momentum of my speed,
Correct.
crashing down from the atmosphere.
Sonic's
It's-
wearing shoes!
So this is like one of the easiest stages in this game, but because of that, it is one of the hardest to get an A rank.
Anyway, what I was saying.
Wait, the scene.
Yeah.
The blue hedgehog again, of all places.
Oh, you faker, I love this. Hey.
You're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh, you're not even good enough to be my... make you eat those words.
There it is.
Good example of bad sound mixing at its
Where-
actual.
Except you can't do that one trick. Johnny can, so you're gonna have to actually fight this boss. But you got
We're just going to jump around.
upgrade. You shouldn't. So
We're just going to jump around with a bunch of points, but it's Adventure 2, so it's kind of...
I wish you could do that one trick.
We're going to jump around with several points, but it's Adventure 2, so it's kind of
I've wanted that one trick on recording because it's hilarious.
I'm going to explain it. First of all, the reason for the terrible sound mixing in this game, the audio is synced up to the Japanese version, so because the lip flaps and everything is synced to the Japanese version, they literally just put the American dialogue over the Japanese cutscenes. So that's the reason they have weird lip flaps, and again, the reason the
Oh shit!
So I want to point out that this is the middle of Green Hill, which makes me assume that it's canonical that Sonic fell off and had to use an extra life.
This is the music that, if you have Sonic Mega
Yeah!
if you have Sonic Mega Collection, that music is what starts off. Sonic Mega Collection has this little, like, trailer thing, and this is the music.
It has a trailer for Adventure 2, and I want to kind of try to make my point, but right quick, a thing about Sonic Mega Collection, you want to feel old? The trailer in Sonic Mega Collection for Sonic Advance 2 is a trailer from a 2002 Japanese, basically, convention. That trailer is still in Japanese, and they hadn't shown Cream yet. That is how old that trailer for Advance 2 is. But anyway, my main point, as I had said, the reason for the terrible audio mixing, the audio, well, this doesn't explain why the music is louder, but basically the audio was synced to the Japanese version. That's why you have the line a minute ago cut. Oh, but okay, now on to the ever-old Adventure 1 versus 2
This is
argument.
the Ancient Light, which lets you do the light speed attack like an SA1, but it's basically useless.
Yep.
Now, on to the reason I think Adventure 1 is a tiny bit better, but not by much. Sonic got an improvement in Adventure 2 a little bit, but Adventure 2's stage design I feel like is worse, and while Sonic got a, kind of an improvement, the shooting and the treasure hunting didn't. Gamma had the perfect amount of weight to him. He still had weight, but it wasn't enough to be a problem.
I think Gamma was too floaty.
Which is good, because in this game, it's so tanky.
It
and
feels like you're piloting a 5-pound, oh no, 5-ton
Well, I mean, it's
mech.
supposed to be tanky, though.
But that makes the platforming god-awful.
Well, there's not that much platforming.
But it ruins the little bit that's there.
That's
But I
the
don't
other...
play the shooting stages for the platforming.
But when the game makes you do the
It's not,
platforming...
I'm not in it for the platforming, but the platforming is too much of a problem to ignore.
I disagree.
Like, you see, the enemy just dropped down there. If he had continued running, it would have smacked onto him. Like I said, terrible stage design, but
I mean, I can at least give you that the enemies dropping in. Now, sometimes work are a lot of times dumb. Unless you know they're coming, you're probably gonna get smacked.
And that's the problem with this game's stage design. It's that type of Sonic design that's based on memorization, so the game just throws shit at you and expects you to be able to react to it.
Sega in a nutshell.
Yeah, it's designed like the classic games.
Sega's always been like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Consistently. Sega is just, they throw shit at a wall and
Oh no, the JPEGs are exploding!
Yeah.
Don't worry, they wish it went back with the Dragon Balls.
Well, bye, Tails. I need to isolate that typing sound effect. Oh god, we're just gonna
It's
creep!
the Fight and Freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill!
We're just
Y'all
gonna-
ready?
Creep.
I have been waiting to do that. I will...
Knuckles does not have sunglasses unless you get the item.
I will...
These are the digging mitts.
Rats.
I will, and because we're now...
Yeah, I got something.
And because we're now on a treasure hunting stage, as I said, the problem with the treasure hunting basically is the radar thing. I will say, while most of Knuckles' stages are kind of bad and Rouge's are awful, Pumpkin Hill is the best treasure hunting stage
I mean,
in this game.
again, so I said most of them were just bad treasure hunting stages. Like, in general, are not designed to be treasure hunting stages. This is probably the only one where I feel like I'm actually looking for people.
This is the one good point Pro Jared made in his video. All of Knuckles' stages are focused on vertical climbing. This stage is open, so it's focused on gliding. Because it's focused on gliding, it's Knuckles' best level, because gliding is his best form of mobility. That is like the only smart point he's made in that video.
That doesn't fix the terrible game-ruining radar.
But
But
this...
Carson, people only like SA2 because they like the Chow Garden and only played all the good levels.
There is also that. But that also just any game that lets you go back to specific parts, that's just a thing. I bet if you could just
I wasn't saying that to be serious.
I know, but I bet if you could just replay any dungeon in Ocarina of Time, people would not complain about the Water Temple as much as they do.
So the radar went off.
Mm-hmm.
Which made me think it's on this area.
Part of
My
the,
problem.
part of the reason this is the best stage, I will fully
No,
admit.
I mean, it's only a problem because I don't know where it is. There are hints to fix that.
Part of the reason this is part of the reason this is the best stage, I will fully admit, it is because of the Knuckles rap, but the Knuckles rap is entertaining enough to distract you during phases like this.
Avenger 1, because of how the radar worked, where any piece could be active, that would give you a really good...
No, the radar
Adventure
is the active part.
Adventure 2
The emeralds are always there.
Adventure 2
Oh, I know the emeralds are always... If you find an emerald in... If you find a piece out of order in this game, you get a huge point bonus for doing it. And that's a good point bonus to get an A rank with. I'm aware of that.
No, it's not, because it's completely luck-based.
Actually, again, the
That is a useless hint.
Again, the funny thing is, I didn't watch all of it because the videos were long because of him running multiple scenarios. The SA2 project, part of that video series, besides essentially, you know, running the different things of, like, don't use hints, you do, how much of a difference it makes, the other thing he was trying to prove was how many hints can you use and still get an A rank? At least for the first 2 or 3 stages of Knuckles, you could actually use, like, at least about 3 hints and still get an A. Pumpkin Hill might have been one of the stages he was able to get an A.
Now, what I'm about to say, there's mixed reports on, but...
Yeah, you can.
This is perfect.
The points needed to get ranks in the treasure hunting,
Citizens of Earth,
people...
ears and listen to me very
I love the Eggman.
Ah!
The ugly little girl!
Well, that's the thumbnail.
and soon to be the world's greatest ruler.
Probably, yeah.
Everyone makes it the thumbnail.
The greatest
Because she's so...
Well, just people in general are ugly.
Anyway, there's mixed reports on this, but the Sonic Adventure 2, the treasure hunting, the A rank, you need a certain amount of points. Except because of the way the developers designed the game, they set a generic time limit that if you are over it, you lose an A rank. And most of the treasure hunting stages, if you get bad RNG and the emeralds are too far apart because they did not compensate for the emeralds being in certain other positions, it is impossible to get an A rank because they set the time limits too low to compensate for the random nature of the emeralds unless you just know where they are and can grab them without the radar.
I feel like I've heard that was either a rumor or that's in the Dreamcast or Battle. It might be in one of them.
Gone?
Eggman! Oh, that creep never gives up.
But how did he manage to harness
What's
all
that noise in the
energy?
background supposed to be?
Wiley.
It is the
Yeah.
Wily spaceship.
Oh, it totally is.
Don't worry, guys.
Oh, God.
I was hiding an emerald up my bum.
Oh god
Don't
damn
ask me what I was using it for, but we can use it for something way more important.
No, he just pulled it out of hammer space.
No, he pulled it out of his ass.
I said hammer space.
His ass.
Check out my
Hey,
butt
no.
plug, Daddy.
Okay,
Somebody had the power of hammer space. I can't remember who it was.
Amy.
That's why it's called hammer space.
No. Somebody in a video game has a power and is essentially hammer space.
Okay, guys. So my question of the day is, if you ever played this game, do you agree with me and Carson that the mech characters, because of how stilted and heavy they are, that the later platforming that they have to do pretty much ruins their later levels, or do you agree with Sean that it's not that much of a problem? I feel it starts off okay, but as you go, I feel it gets worse because of how stilted and heavy they are. It makes the tiny ass platforms you have to deal with later a pretty huge pain in the ass. But anyway, I would really love to know what you guys think. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments below, or you can leave them on social media. All my social media links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a show for a minute. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and leave some comments. If you're new to my channel and want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscription button and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please ring the bell next to the subscription button. That gives you the proper notifications of whenever I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. Doing all of these things really helps out the channel, and it really helps our communities grow. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.